Here's the front. This thing opens up. This is going to be the case we try to get working here. Okay. The side has a red fan in it, plus we have some red lights inside, or a red light. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a couple of them in there. We may have to figure out how to stick them back to where we need them. Anyway, they're the plastic kind. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the side covers off. So we're going to go ahead and get the back cover off first. There again, I think it's the same size screws as all these others were. So, and I have tons of these screws, so I'm not too worried about missing screws or whatever. Got tons of them. All right, let's see how easy this back plate comes off. May not be easy at all. Some of them do not like to come off. You have to get something in there like a knife or a screwdriver and just kind of help it along just a little. Okay. Screwdrivers, you can damage this back by prying too hard on it. So I just slid a knife in there. It's got a lip here that goes around that. Yeah, I've got to get these fans out. This has got quite a few fans. It probably really doesn't need that many for a Windows 95 computer. I'm just going to lay this back right down here. Okay, now this back plate does not come out. All right, so we are going to have to get some things in here. I'll have to redo just a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the front cover off, which it's got some plug-ins for that fan that I will have to be careful and unplug as I take it off. Okay, that only had one screw in it. All right, let me see. Try this again with the knife. Okay, just takes just a little bit to pull it out. All right, let's see where we're plugged in. Oh, it's not plugged in at all just yet. I'm hoping that this little red fan right here works. We'll see. I thought it had lights, but maybe it doesn't. I think it's just red. It doesn't have any lights with it. So the wire points down. I'm going to go ahead and take it out so I can clean it. Now it's got your typical fan type screws, which is a bigger, thicker screw. I expect that little bezel will come off with it, so I've got to be careful here. In fact, let's lay it down this way. All right, we're gonna have to hold this. Yep, that little bezel is gonna come off of there too. All right, there's the fan. Now, there's the bezel. I can go ahead and clean that. All right, what's this? A piece of tape on the inside. I need to clean the inside of this carefully. I need to clean that fan. I need to take these off. Okay, I do have a little, I need to cut all these little zip ties that I put on many years ago because I built this machine quite a few years ago. Okay, these are just Molex ore. Yeah, okay. See what we got. It's trying to get it gutted out here. Oh, that's all wrapped up. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, there. Okay, now these lights had little Velcro pieces. I wonder if I've got any more of those. I might. Okay, that is still stuck. All right, well, it's a separate one anyway. This one was probably up at the top. What I might do is run it along the back. I don't know. Was it on the top? Yeah, I don't know if it was or not. I don't even know if it can run up there. Can it? Yeah, it may need to go like back here on the back, like so, or something like that. That may be what I do with it. Yeah. Okay. We'll take that out. Getting stuff everywhere here. This one's still stuck, so I don't know if I want to take him out. Okay, we've got a power switch, hard drive, and a reset. And that's all I have, except I do have this. Okay, is that all I've got? Maybe all I have. I think what we're going to do is we're going to spin this around, and I've got all these wires zipped up. So I am going to unzip them, unzip tie them. Okay. So I can see what I've got here. We've got a Molex for something. What is that? Is that a light? I bet it's the light up the front. I almost guarantee it. Yeah. Okay. And then you've just got these, and that's it. This goes there, and this is all wrapped around. Where are you going, buddy? Okay. All right. Okay. Huh, what we got here? We've got a Molex that had a pin come out. Where did you come from? Did you come out of the other one? Oh, I bet it did. That would be good. Yep, it sure did. I don't think it went to any wires. Let's put him back in there, though. Okay. All right, yeah. I don't think he didn't go to anything. We'll just put him back in there, though. Okay. It was just an empty port. Okay, I'm gonna pull this yellow and black wire through, which is this other light strip. Let's get him out of the way. Okay, now where are you going? Okay, you're going to the fans. All right, there we go. Yeah, everything's kind of Molex in this thing. All right, now, what we got here is, oh boy, something that's not too fun, okay? What we gotta do is, to get to these front fans, we gotta take this thing out, the front bezel. That ought to be fun. Get our rusty pliers again. And oops, gee whiz. Okay, I got it started on this side anyway. Let me go to the other side and get it started, and sometimes you can just carefully pry them out. All right, you get in here and you, okay, I gotta get some of this trash off my desk here. Off my workbench. Now let's try it. These are gonna have to come out with it. Okay. All right. What I really need is a screwdriver. Really. Okay, it's coming. Okay. Yay. Did I just break that one? I don't know. No, I didn't. They're made that way, I guess. Weird. Okay, so I've got this. Here's my cords. Here's my cords that's got to be fed back down through. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Oh, it's got a whole header for stuff. Boy, oh boy, what a mess back there. All right, well, there's that. I gotta set this out of the way now, somewhere. Now I can get to my fan screws right here. So I can get these fans out and clean them. This is a fairly old case. Looks like it's setting in some moist things. On some moist carpet or something. I don't know. It wasn't here that it was doing it. I really don't need these fans. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the other case had a bunch of fans like this. Just makes them run real loud. I'm gonna look to see what the other case had in it, because I don't really know if I need to put these back in it. Really. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, well there's another fan that probably needs cleaned. Well, not probably, it does. And here is the other one. Like dual fans up there up front. And it desperately needs cleaned too. All right. Then I've got two more fans back here in the back that they're coming out too. Okay. And we're just going to clean. Go ahead and clean all of them. I don't even know if there was a fan at all in the other case. I mean, it does help keep things cool, but you got that many fans, but I'm not, that might be overkill on this. Now, you know, it would be overkill for the board, for the board I'm putting in it. Now, this used to have a beefier board in it, you know. Okay, what happened here? The stickers clear off the fan. Huh. Okay. Well, there's no telling where that went. Just taking the fan screws out. My hand over there just so it doesn't fall, you know. All right, there we go. All right, don't even know if those fans were oriented correctly. You need flow, you need inflow and out. And usually, I think you usually suck it in this way and blow it out that way. This power supply sets clear up in the top of this one, which is good. It gets it up out of the way. If I can get that off of there. Okay, that came off. Good. Okay. These are just Velcroed in, okay? What I might do is take this back outside. I'm gonna get this DVD-ROM out of here. I may take this thing back outside and blow it out real good, since I've got a, hey, there's the sticker to the fan. I'm sure that ain't gonna stay on. Not after years of dust. You know. Raid Max. Oh, maybe it will. Maybe it will stay. All right. Well, there's that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. They just pop out, these back plates. And get them out of there for now. Pop them out. I like these kind of back plates that just pop out. That was a little tough. What are you doing to me? Okay, there. All right, got the back plates out. Okay, we already have some standoffs in here that I may not need to put any in, or I may have to move these. And really, I probably won't need the plastic ones that's on there. I may take all of those completely out and just use what's in there, because you don't need that. You don't need it secured that well. Let's get that out. All right, we're going to take this DVD player out of there. Before I do that, I'm going to mark proximity of where it goes back. Okay? Just because I don't have the bezel on there, and when I put the new one in it, it just needs to line up here. Okay? Yep. It should line up pretty good. At least get it close. I mean, I will put the bezel back on, but by doing that, I can line it up a little bit better. Now, those are fine threaded, okay? And let's see, I don't know that it's being held up. I don't know, maybe, yeah. It's got little lips in there that hold it up. So some of these old cases didn't have those, and take screws out and they'd fall. Okay, now the other side, which only has one screw in it. And it's got kind of a round-headed screw. Yeah, okay. All right, let's slide that out of there. There we go. That's a good little DVD. I'm sure it works, but it's SATA, so we can't use it in this application. See, it's got SATA ports here, SATA hookup, and the difference is the old style was IDE, if you remember. Okay, there's your IDE hookup, and there's your power. So you've got the SATA power here, and you've got the SATA data cable that goes in here. And this is your data cable here, which is an IDE, and your power cable there. Now you notice this drive has no master-slave jumper in the back of it. And it also doesn't have an audio hookup. Okay? So, yeah. Can't use that. But this one, fortunately, we've got audio hookups and everything we need, just like the white one has in the old computer. Okay, I'm just going to set that back there for right now because we need to get rid of that. Okay, now the next thing is to just take this thing out, I do believe, and just blow it out real good. All right, so I won't take you along for that ride, but that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take her out there and blow it out. Here we go with the new build. Okay, this old computer. All right. All right, the floppy has got to go at the top. I do believe. I'm not sure where it goes just yet. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna get the power supply put back in, or put in, not put back in, but okay, these only go one way because they have an offset screw. Right here, it's offset. These are always level here, or straight up and down, okay? We've got an offset screw, and it back here, it reflects that. So first I need to go ahead and get me some screws. They're just the common screw. There's 4 of them, okay? Let's go ahead and get those ready. And I will go ahead and spin this around so you can possibly see, maybe. Okay, and then there's a shelf that it sets on. Okay. Let's see if we can get them started in there. Get one started so it holds it in there. Okay, that'll hold it. I don't want it tight, because these holes don't always line up the best. Like that needed to be shoved over just a little bit. Okay, I'm not tightening any of these up just yet. All right, I'm just getting them in. Now this is the old power supply out of the old case, so it worked before, it should work now. Now we can go ahead and snug these up. All right, there we go. Somebody wrote all over this computer. I think some older folks had this computer or something. They had written all over the back of it. Anyway, that's okay. Whatever it takes, you know. I cleaned all these fans up. I only put one up front and one in the back, and I have it sucking air in and then blowing air out. Now there is going to be a side fan here, and it sucks air in, okay, and blows it directly on the board. This will suck it out to create a negative pressure in the system. All right. Of course, you've got a fan on your power supply too. These are just little fans. I went with 2 fans here instead of 4. I thought that was just overkill. For the board we have, the old case had no fans in it at all except for the power supply fan. So I don't see why we need another one in there. Anyway, so we are going to, we've got to flip this thing up here, okay? I'm going to lose a little bit of light when I do that. So I may have to work on that here in a second. But we got to flip it up. Let me think a minute. I think we're going to go ahead and install the motherboard. The CPU I never took out of the motherboard, nor the memory. So those are both in there. We're going to put this board in. I may put this stuff up here to try to get it out of the way somewhat. See if I can get it through here to kind of just hold up there out of my way when I flip this thing up. So let's go ahead and flip it up like this. Okay. We're getting ready to put the board in. Okay, let's go ahead and get this motherboard in here. I've already preset all of the standoffs. I've got some plastic standoffs on here. It's not exactly the same as the other board was, but it's very close. It will hold it until the end of time. Oh, hey, you know what I'm forgetting? The back plate. You gotta put the back plate in first. And it goes like this. All right, see, this is a back plate and it covers all your ports, okay? And they usually just fit right in here. Let's hope that it does. Come on, buddy. Are you going to go in? Yeah, it's being a pistol. Oh, okay. We're going to have to come back up here. See if I can do it from here, because I can't see what I'm doing. That is in, it's in there, but it doesn't, oh, there we go. There we go. See? Yeah. Okay. See if I can get that there. There we go. There it snapped in. At least right there. I think what I need to do is be able to push it against something. Oop, not that though. Use one of these back plates to get in there. Make sure that it's in there good. All right, back plate's in. Now, I've not tried this board with the back plate in it. I'm gonna get my light down in here just to see. Okay, looks like we're in. Okay, so what that does is it covers up all these ports right here. Okay, the back plate does. All right, now let's try this again. Get my wires out of the way. Get the thing lined up. So I can make sure I get them all started. That did not start. What's up with you? Okay. I'm not tightening them at all. I'm just getting them started. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get this one back up here. Okay. All right, I've got all the screws in. Now I can go ahead and snug them. Now you don't want these super tight because you end up messing the board up, or you could. Just snug them. I'm gonna do a double check. Okay, board is in. All right. Okay, we've got the board in now. Don't have anything hooked up yet, but we got the board in. So, there's the fans, Molex. Now we've got a bunch of wiring here. And I'm going to try to do some sort of management. Okay. But what we need to do is I'm going to go ahead. Let's look here and see what I can do with this wire. I might be able to take him clear up here out of the way. Okay. There, snapped in. I might be able to get me a big old... Yeah, I don't know. I know what I can do. Yeah, I'll wait. Okay. What I'm going to do So I've got quite a few wire ties, zip ties. I'll have to get some more. I only got 3 here. There is a clip back here that you wire them to that kind of holds it up out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to zip tie the wire together so it looks good. So it keeps it all together. Put the zip tie to the back. Okay. And then yeah. Where that went, I have no idea. I think it's went out through the case. All right. I'm gonna do another one. Might as well do it, make it look pretty nice if I can. Then I can go with one right there. But I don't want to do that just yet because I might get some of these up out of the way too, possibly. Okay, these are all coming down like so. So I may like come back over here. I'm not sure just yet. Now, I can zip tie that fan wire down to the back of this so it holds it straight down. So if I've got a Molex, you know, I mean, these things are just not very long, you know, to go clear down here to the bottom of the case. It would be straight down. Okay. All right, what I did, I went ahead and changed this. I had this wire to this fan right here. This one right here. I had it going straight down. So I took the fan back out and spun it around, and I ran the wire up underneath this box and up around, and there's a little clamp that's on the power supply that, I don't know, somebody put it there, and you can clamp wires up in it. And I kind of just run it around and clamp that up there so it comes out at the top. And I also took the CPU fan wire and routed it up through there, and I've got it plugged in with this fan. Okay, now I don't have power to it at all just yet, so I don't want to do that just yet. But this little light bar has little Velcro pieces on it, but the sticky part of the Velcro had come off of the case. But I happen to have some more, and I'm going to go ahead and stick them on here. Okay. Yeah, they are sticky. I don't want to stick this back in the case. Man. All right, gotta go this way. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to point this wire down so I can maneuver it. Okay, let's get that in there straight. That's about where I want it, I think. I do believe. Okay. Let's squish that stuff down. All right, and then I can take this wire and I can run it. Well, first of all, I'm going to make it to where it's a little bit more together right here with a zip tie. Kind of hard to see. It's getting kind of dark. Okay, let's zip tie that up like right there, if I can. Okay, there. All right, let's clip that off. All right, now I'm just going to kind of wire it around here. Stick it around like this, and then it's going to go through here over to the back, kind of to the back of the case, hopefully. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing here, but okay, you stay right there. wish there was something. Maybe I can get it to stay. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, wee boy, stay in there. I'm going to take this other one, this other light bar, and he goes on the bottom down here, and that should help hold that wire in, I'm hoping. Okay, he goes down here on the bottom, and then I feed him through this side too. And I got a lot of extra wire with this dude, but he's going to the back, or actually to the front, but to the back of the case, or the opposite side, I should say. The back side. I don't know. Technically, that's the back. All right, well, we're going to go through there. And then what I think I'll do now, I don't know just yet what I'm going to do. Those two wires could use like a little zip tie. Where's my little zip? Oh, right in front of my face. I'm going to pull these up, and they could use a little zip tie together just to hold them together down in here. Yeah, and that should keep them from flopping up out of there. Now you won't really, you probably won't see these bars. Wow. Okay. There we go. There. Okay. Now I do have a fan wire right there, and I could put a zip tie back in there where you can't see it, but it kind of holds them wires together back in there. Ugh. That is if I can reach back in there to do it. Again, sorry you can't see this. I can't even see it. Okay, let's make sure our wires are pulled through. Okay. There. Okay, well that's good enough. Okay. Gives us some wires in the back now. Okay. So there's our light bars installed. Hopefully they work. I can't remember whether they work or not. But it would be nice if they did. All right. Now, let me think a minute. The front end here, we are going to have to put the cover on so that I can put the CD-ROM and stuff in, and the floppy drive, and get it lined up right. I've actually got to pop a thing out of there. So I think I'll go get the front bezel. Okay. Whoops. What happened here? Okay. First of all, I've got to run my wires right through this little slot right here. Okay. There, because that's all my front panel wires, and they're going to go back here. Okay. All right. Come on through there, buddy. All right. Come on through. Okay. Now let's get the holes lined up here. Where you at, buddy? Are you gonna go? There. Okay. Did it go in? I think it did. All right. Okay, let me me make sure the wires are through good. Okay, yes, they are. And they're in the back. Before I do too much else, I need to go ahead and get these front panels hooked up. Now, this is the front panel lighting. I'm going to go up here with those, right? Should I do that? Should I go up to there? I can go up to there, but I'm going to have to go into here with a plug, which is going to render one plug I'm able to use. So I could go in with this plug and go up. Just trying to think in my head the way I want to do this. Okay, let's get you out of the way. You can go up here, and you can be the power to it all. But what do we need to do with you? What I need to do with you is like, I gotta get him less of a wire there. However, I do want this one kind of hanging down so that I can power other things. So let's get him wire tied up here. Come on out, little boogers. There's one. Trying to hold these wires together. Okay, I'm going to take this and wire these together. Okay, there we go. Just trying to get rid of excess wire because I don't want it going everywhere. Okay, now this here gee whiz, needs powered by this. So we're going to come back around here and we're going to, let's see. Okay, he is now powered up here. Whew. So I now have, let's see here. I now have an extra plug right here that will be powered, and this one's powered. I'm going to bring him back here, and hopefully I can connect some of that stuff back there, back in the back. I'd rather have him back there too. How can I do that? Oh, well, I can do him like that. Yes, I can. I can go all the way around with a big one, like so. Let's go up through this wire hanger. Is that the way I wanted to do it? No, I didn't. How did I do that before? Okay, so now that kind of gets that plug over there. I can literally zip tie these together like this, and I've got two plugs in the back, okay, to head someplace. So I want to go ahead and let me cut that one off. Make sure I'm cutting the zip tie and not wires. Okay. I could take a small, well, I could do a big one. Big ones are kind of easier to see. And then I can zip tie this all together. Okay, there. Now, okay, there. Now I've got two plugs that are hot. All right, and I can go up on the other side of this. Okay, that's up out of the way for the most part. Okay, now I've got these two. Now I'll probably end up zip tying it to there and going up into here somehow. I wish there was little holes on the top or something you could do that with. So I'm going to have to go one of these. See, one of these is free and clear. I can go ahead and take him around like this. Well, I may need him. I may need him. So if I go out here with him, like that, like so. Now, I've got everything coming to there. Now this can go to my floppy drive down here. And then this, I don't know. We'll see if it will fit. It may not reach. We'll see. I may have to use both of these. But what I'm going to have to do next is probably get the drives in. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get this front panel figured out right here. These right here. That there's got to go back up and connect to something up here because it runs the lights in the front. All right, we've got that all going now. I'll get rid of the excess here in just a bit. Get it put around there like so. Okay, that's that. All right, now let's open this up and see what we need to do to get the drives in there. I'm going to do the floppy disk first. All right, so I've got to pop this top one out. Right? I can only push on one, so it's got to be that one. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, there we go. It should just go right in here. It should. Okay. Okay, I've got the floppy drive in right here, okay? And I'm kind of just making it to where it's flush. All right, now I've got to find some fine threaded screws. All right, let's see if we can't get this thing. Okay, again, I don't want to really tighten this up just yet. Until I get all the screws started. Okay, let's come around this side. There's the two holes. You see that? Okay. There's that. And okay, now I just need to make sure that I'm flush in the front. I'm feeling it with my fingers to see if I'm flush. All right, let's spin it back around here. Okay, drag everything through. All right, that looks pretty good about right there. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to come around here, and I've got to be able to get to the back of the CD-ROM. And this one I think is what we're going to use. Let me get my little light so I can see what I'm plugging into here. All right, let's plug the power in. There it goes. It can only go in one way. All right. This one we'll probably just take around to the back for now with that wire right there. Okay, and this will go up here. I don't want to tie him off, but I'll probably tie him off right up here. So let's go ahead and get our CD-ROM here. And if you remember, we have to change this to master, because that's what the old one was. Master. All right. On the back of these things, it says cable select, slave, or master. And you have 3 settings on that. So since this is going to be the only device on this ribbon cable, we can set it as master. All right. Otherwise, it may not. I suppose you might be able to set it to cable select, but Windows 95 was really picky. These old machines were. They were picky about all that. So let's get it put in real fast here. Maybe. All right, and get her flush. All right. There we go. Okay. Same deal, I got to put screws in, and then I'll hook it up. All right, let's get a screw in here. All right, let's go around the other side here. Make sure we're still flat, and we are. All right. We've got that in there. You can see, got them in. Close that. We have one more thing to put in. Well, we got more than one, but got to put the hard drive in it. This back in it, the Fujitsu. Okay, so it goes in this way. I am literally going to put it up here underneath the floppy disk. It'll go. It should go. There we go. I'll put it up there because I have a short cable that I'm going to be using. If I put it down there, it wouldn't reach. This is the cable that came off of it. So, yeah. These take the large thread. There we go. I'll just use these. All right, what we got here, because it looks like, okay, we're gonna have to go back to here with it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it loose. Those things barely fit in there. Just gonna leave it loose. Come over here on this side. Now I can go ahead and tighten them. All right, let's go ahead and tighten the other side now. All right, so there we go. And then I'm gonna take this, I think this is what way I'm gonna do it. And just go right here with it and plug the power in. Then I've got this, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I may come over here with this, just plug him in, like so. Then I've got this one, I can come over the top with an extension or something if I need it. And then this one here I can take to the back and plug in all my fans and stuff. Okay, and I might have to come up here with something if it'll reach. I've got to leave a port open for the side panel because it has a Molex now. It didn't have a Molex on it, the fan connector, and I had nothing to connect it to on this board except the CPU fan header, and I didn't want to do that. This little CPU has a Molex as well on it. So, but this is made for a fan that can use the actual header. All right, one thing I do need to do, and I wish I could see, I'm gonna have to get my flashy flashlight. I've got to get up here, and I got to put this audio cable in. So we're gonna go like right up under here, and the red is on this side. Okay. All right. And it'll come down and hook on to the sound card when I get it in there. Okay. Now the only thing we've got to do is got to hook up the ribbon cables. So where do I want the conglomeration of stuff? Make sure it's in all the way. Okay, that's in. All right. All right, here. Trying to get it up under here. All right, come back around. Kind of stuff this up here like so. And come around and put it into the motherboard. Okay. Got it. Oh, those ribbon cables, they just aren't pretty, you know? They just aren't. Okay. Now, I think that I will put the little hard drive cable in now. First, it goes in the primary, which is the white IDE port here. Okay. We'll bring him around. Plug him in back into the hard drive. Okay. All right. Now for the CD-ROM. And this one, you obviously can put in any way, but you always put the red towards the power on these things. So let's see how this goes. Red towards the power. I'm gonna get my light up here because I can't see anything. This one you can actually get backwards because it's not notched. Okay. Okay, so there it's in the CD-ROM. And let's come around here, and if you remember right, take, now this, I wonder if there's a pin. Nope, there's no pins in it. The red goes down towards the bottom. Okay, I've got to use two hands here. Possibly. Okay, it feels like it's in, but I'm not going to push it in yet. It's easy to bend these pins. Make sure it's in there. Okay. It is definitely in. Okay. There's so much extra stuff. You know, it's hard to make these pretty because they're just so big and beefy, you know. But as long as they serve the purpose is all that really matters. Yeah. So I might be able to take and stuff some of this up this way so it's not hanging down there like that. There we go. That's still good, that's still good, and then I've got this coming down. Okay, wow, there's that. Now, the only thing I have to do is hook up this to the sound card. Now I got to put the other stuff in. But now what I need to do is I need to turn it around, and now I need to start figuring out how to hook all this stuff up together so that everything will run. So let's go ahead, and the first thing we're going to put in is the old modem. We're going to put it back in. It goes in here. All right. It takes a coarse thread. If I can get it in there. Without cross threading it. That light's kind of in the way of everything now. Come on now. All right, there's that. Now, let's do the sound card. It goes in next. I mean, kind of hard to do because I got these lights in here. And they are kind of in the way to get these started. Problem is, I get them cross-threaded in there. I don't want to be doing that. There, I got him started straight. If you strip these things out, it's hard. You can't. There's just not enough metal there to recover from that. Okay, there's that. Now, while we're doing it, I'll turn this back on. All right, I've got to get my flashlight in here so I can make sure I'm on these pins. Sorry, it flashes everywhere. Okay, there's that. Okay, so now let's put in the graphics card. And if I remember, it was on the bottom, like right here. Just one after another. Yeah. That probably won't make a whole lot of difference if I'm going in the wrong slot, but I'm real careful. I don't want to bust these little pieces. They're easy to bust. Plus, these are pretty old. Okay, there is the graphics card. Okay, now let's put the network card in. I believe it just went right above it, just like that. I'm almost positive it did. Okay. Okay. All right. There's that. And then we take and the rest of them, we put these back plates back in. There. Just like that. And those things stay in and they're not screwed in. Kind of have to. Okay. It goes like right behind it. Come on. Yeah. Okay. And then one more. Okay. There we go. All right. Got our back plates back in. Got everything hooked up. Well, it's looking good. Hopefully it'll work the way it should. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this side panel on the front one first because I want to be able to reach in there. I want to see what I can do with this. Let's see if it'll go around. Let's see if it'll go clear around. I do think it will. I do think it will go around. Clear around. And that is good. There. Getting closer to being able to test this out to see if it's going to fire up. It should. I mean, the only thing different is really the case and the floppy drive and the CD-ROM. Okay, now I've got that. I got to clean these wires up just a little bit back here. Okay. Open, I've got to put this on too. So that's the front panel. Okay, that should stay back there behind it enough. I'm going to put that panel on. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put the back panel on now. Grab it. And It should just go right on. Should. Well, it should. Whether it does or not, I don't know. It looks like it did. They do make cases a little bit easier to take on and off now, somewhat. At least new cases that I've dealt with. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there we go. All the ports look good. There's all my cards that I put in. They look good. All right, there's the front, or the side. Well, that don't look too bad, except all that junky ribbon cable. Gosh, what a mess that stuff is. Oh well, it's what we had to deal with. Next thing is to test it out. So that's what we'll be doing next. Well, we've got the old computer hooked up, and here is the moment of truth. Will it work or will it not work? Let's see. Well, it won't work if it's not plugged in. Okay, well, it was plugged in. What the problem was I had the switch off in the back. So here again is the moment of truth. There's nothing. Nothing coming on. Okay. All right, here is try number 3. Let's see if anything happens now. Oh, there we go. Looks like fans are working. Things loud as usual. We're going to get anything on the monitor. Let's see. What we got to do is swap over to one of these. Maybe that one. Oh, that's a Bluetooth server. Seems like it took forever for it to boot up last time. Okay, we have got her up and running now. And the new case, it's all red and it's ready to go. Everything's working on it. The only thing that's not working is the red lights on the front, but I really don't care about that, so big deal. I think those probably quit working years ago. So I may fix it later, but I'm not worried about it. Here's our on screen here. The sound works. There's all kinds of stuff in this thing. I did not see. Let's go check out and see. Let's go to. I don't see it. Let me go to the control panel. Let's see. Trying to forget how to navigate in Windows 95. So let's go to, let's see, it needs to be system. Hardware profiles, performance, device manager. Oh, usually it tells authentic AMD. I will have to find out later what it is. Yeah. All right, well, I will find out later what the actual processor is. So anyway, well, this is where I'm going to end this video on this computer rebuild of a Windows 95 computer. A lot of things didn't turn out, but some things did. The important thing is the thing's working again. So, and it looks a little bit better than the white one did anyway. So anyway, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and please leave a comment or two. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Thanks for coming along. I will see you in the next video. Bye.